Hi, I'm at 25 weeks, and this week the baby is about the size of a baseball glove. Look at that. That's pretty big. It's really funny actually because when I revealed to my husband that the gender of the baby, because he didn't know, I knew first, we took a blood test. At 12 weeks, we already knew, and they told me by phone. So I wanted something interesting to let him know what the gender was. So I actually put like writing here on this baseball and taped it and then sent it to him. This is what I wrote. Time to start working on your throwing arm. And I sent that to him. I know it's not gender neutral, but that's how you find out what a gender is. And he knew that it was a boy. So we know already by 12 weeks because we did that panorama test, which is a fairly new test. Basically, I was offered it because I'm considered a high-risk pregnancy because I'm over 35. I'm over the age of 35. I'm actually considered geriatric pregnancy, which is kind of funny. You can't eat this ball. This is a good ball. It makes me laugh every time. So I'm going to put this away so the doggy doesn't eat it. I think everyone can tell that I'm pregnant by now because actually I was offered a seat on the subway, which is surprising because New York, mostly if they see someone that might need a seat, they just kind of pretend they don't see them. So I was surprised. This week, I felt that the baby is pressing a little bit more on the bladder. So whenever I stand up and start walking, I kind of feel like I have to pee, which is not awesome, especially if you're traveling or going on the subway or something and you don't have a bathroom handy, but I've been able to deal with it not too badly. It can actually I started seeing him move. So that's kind of weird, like there's an alien inside of me. His hearing is developing a lot now. So my husband decided that he needs to be educated on music. So we've been every night basically putting on some YouTube songs of different types, rock and roll, pop. He seems to really like rock and roll, and especially he liked Despacito, I think that's how you say it, that really famous popular song these days. So he seems to really like it too, so I guess there's something to it. So he kind of moves a lot during that time. It's very important to get that education in, music education. This week I also had my glucose tolerance test, which was not fun at all. The drink itself wasn't so bad. It kind of tasted like Sprite. Not that I had Sprite in the last 20 years, but I think what I remember what Sprite tasted like. So drinking that wasn't a big deal, but afterwards, I felt nauseous and kind of queasy. And it turns out, well, I passed the glucose test, which is yay. They took my blood test 3 times. One time before I took the drink, second time an hour later, and third time 2 hours later. And the doctor told me that 2 hours later, my blood glucose was down to 38, which she said that people that get under 50 kind of tend to faint. I felt kind of dizzy and not too good, but I succeeded in walking home, the 10-minute walk home. And yeah, I was a little bit shaky while I was making myself something to eat, but once I ate something, I felt fine. So that's good. At least I know that my insulin is working well and that I don't have gestational diabetes. Good news. I had to skip a few workouts this week. I had the glucose test one day and they told me not to work out that day, so I didn't. And then the next day I went to a meetup. We have this first time pregnant mothers meetup. We went to brunch. It was really nice to hang out with a bunch of ladies that are in the same boat or kind of in the same boat. That was really fun. And yesterday I kind of felt a little bit off. I was a little tired and I felt a little weak. I'm thinking maybe every time I do have a day like that the baby decides is going through like a growth spurt, because like today I feel like I grew about 10 times bigger. Probably not, but that's what it feels like. It feels like I grew a lot since yesterday. And today I'm feeling great, so I plan on working out now. My workouts are still really good. Chin-ups are getting hard to do, I think because I'm getting heavier. So it's like I'm doing weighted chin-ups every time with a little bit more weight. So once the baby's born, it might be even easier. I've been getting a little bit more swelling in my legs and my calves and my ankles, especially towards the end of the day. So I may have to get those compression tights at some point. I was trying to avoid those, but I guess I may have to. Please click like if you like this video, and if you haven't done so already, you can subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching.